All right, welcome back, economics students. Today we're going to continue with our supply notes. You'll notice that I've started here on slide 1, but I'm going to really go through and get to the next pieces of information that you need to do. So I want you to go to slide 2 for the first part, and I want you to watch this video to get yourself kind of a refresher. You're going to get to do 2 videos before you really do any work. So watch the supply broken down again so you can see how that works. The next slide has another one that talks about the law of supply and a deeper look at it. Watch that video too. They're short. They're like 2 and 3 minutes or something like that. Refresh your view of what the supply curve is, how it's made. This is the little table over here, and this is the curve and how it's developed. When you come down to the next piece, remember the newspaper airplanes that we built and the boats, and you were the individual supply, and together as a group you were the market supply. After that, yesterday we ended this part with this part where we had movement along the supply curve and the factors that caused that. If you want to remind yourself what happened in the text there, that page was 120, 119, and 118. There's a little bit of explanation in each one of those. Really, 119 and 120 were the best part where it said a change in quantity supplied. You can take a look back at that. After you take a look at that, the next thing is going to start the actually change in supply. This information starts on page 120, and there's a little red heading there to help you. And in addition to that, I've given you a supply curve shifting video to help you understand what they're going to talk about in that change of supply section, because that's where your next piece of work is going to happen. Okay, so I would encourage you to watch that video first, and then you're going to go into the next slides. I have shown you or demonstrated kind of what the curve will do when you have a cost of resources that increase. Your whole supply is going to shift backwards and it's going to decrease. Okay, so cost of resources increasing means the supply, the total quantity supplied is going to be decreased. Okay, so that's in the cost of resources. That's the first blue heading under change in supply. That appears on page 121. So I showed that there to show an example of what happens with the cost of resources. On the next one, I did another one for you. It talks about higher efficiency causing an increase in supply and a shift to the right. So if my workers are more efficient or some kind of ability to produce becomes more efficient, maybe technology has helped that, which there's a hint, there's an opportunity to do that on the next slide. This is what I want you to do. I want you to first give me an explanation of what's happening to the curve, like higher efficiency causes an increase in supply and a shift to the right. And then I want you to show me a curve. You can copy and paste this one and replace the arrows with whichever way yours is shifting, as long as you explain to me why it's shifting that way. So I've given you 2 examples, one in the cost of resources and why it would shift to the left. With productivity, I showed you why it would shift to the right, and I explained that up here. So I want you to do that for the next, I believe it's 6 items. So the next one up is technology, and I gave you the page number to go along with it in these notes. And technology will tell you why it will move to the right or the left, and you get to decide which one you're going to choose and how you're going to explain that and what you're going to predict with the view of the curve. Okay? And you're going to do that for not just technology, but for taxes and subsidies, for expectations, for government regulations, and for number of sellers. All right, all of those things have an impact on shifting the whole supply curve. And I want you to explain to me why it would shift one way or the other in each one of those situations and provide a curve with the arrows pointing left or right. All right, that's what I want for those few slides. The next thing you're going to do after that, after you get that accomplished, is you're going to come over to elasticity of supply. I'm asking the question, how is this measured? I want you to answer that. You can watch this little YouTube quick video here to talk about elasticity of supply, and then underneath, I want you to answer this question. All right? After you complete that, you're going to give me some examples. You're going to provide me with a visual and a written example of elastic supply curves. And then you're also going to do the same thing for, just like we did with demand, a unit elastic supply and an inelastic supply. All right? So once you finish those examples, I'm going to have a quiz for you today that you can take. It'll be in your Google Classroom along with these notes in this video. Please finish all of that and then complete your exit ticket before you leave today. I will pick up with section 2 on Monday. That'll be your notes and your video for Monday. So all I need you to do today is complete those curve pieces of information and identify the different aspects of elasticity of supply, and then complete your exit ticket, and you will be done for today. All right, have a great weekend. Thank you for allowing me time to take care of my well-being and go see the doctor today. And I'll be back tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I'll be back on Halloween, ready to go and maybe pull some tricks and some treats when I get back. All right, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for enjoying, and have a good day.